Greetings and welcome to In Depth. I'm Dike Rostant. We continue looking at various events taking place in Tobago's Carnival. We continue to say, if you didn't know, Tobago had Ting. Now, co-owner of Mud is Life Christoph Roberts, he joins us now.
Tobago, are you ready to make history? As people from all around the world come together to celebrate Mud Mass as the original traditional Tobago Mass, as it was in the beginning. Everything is mud, mud and more mud, mud and mud. Mud is love!
And with that, we say hello, Mr. Roberts. How you do?
I'm all right. Hi, Dike. How you going?
I'm all right, thank you. No, there's a cult classic in Jamaica called The Lunatic, and they got that line, everything is mud. But I feel after that piece of work that you had Mr. Wendell Warren put down, people just going to be walking around the road bawling, mud is life, mud is life. But what is mud is life, though?
Well, Mud is Life is really the slogan for Tobago traditional mud mass. That's what it really is. And physically, it's the mud juve experience happening in Tobago on the 29th of October for the first ever Tobago Carnival.
Now, looking at it, you said, okay, well, it's a slogan, it's something that happens already in Tobago, but it's one thing to say, okay, well, this is a slogan. What was the process of saying, okay, we're going to take this slogan and turn it into a band?
Right, so the Bagatelle Dirty Camp already does mud mass or traditional type mass, mud mass traditional type in Tobago for the National Carnival. That's usually on between February and March every year in Tobago. The difference is in the National Carnival, we don't come out on the Juve morning as usual dirty mass you would see for National Carnival. In Tobago, we come to the road on Carnival Tuesday.
And what was the decision to say, okay, well, we're doing it like this?
The National Carnival?
Yes, so say we're doing it on Tuesday as opposed to saying, well, okay, well, we're jumping up Juve, this, that, the other.
Well, Dike, I met it like that, that was happening before I was born.
All right, sir. But take me through the process of actually making that mud, because I saw you have a pack just now, and when I saw the pack for a second, I thought it was honey Dijon mustard or something, but then I realized, no, I think that might be mud too. So take me through that process of what it is.
Right, so before we get to the export-friendly plastic packet that we use to export mud and mud, I would tell you the basic mud type. Basic mud type. We start by extracting the mud, excavating the mud from specially chosen places around the island where we get virgin soil, and we add heat to the process and certain sanitizing agents to prepare the raw material for use as a carnival costume lotion. And the packet that you see, this is mud and mud. So mud and mud is mud that we use, clay that we turn into mud, and we add color to it. The reason for adding the color is really to give the traditional type mass a little life and make it more attractive to the younger demographic.
And what kind of responses do you get when people see that professional looking packaging, saying, okay, well, you call it export friendly, I just find it hype. So what kind of responses do you get when people see and say, well, the mud could do this too?
Well, they're usually blown away. Usually. It has been exported to over 8 countries in the world so far, with our biggest customers being parties and bands in Trinidad. We have sent it to the Miami Carnival. We have sent it to a band in St. Eustatius, Montserrat, England for the Nottingham Carnival, and a bit more. Sent it to Antigua also.
Okay. And what that was it theme this year? Was it process in saying, okay, well, we're going from we're going with this theme this year. We decided, okay, well, this is the color this year. This is what we're on the road with. This is the portrayal.
Right. So if you want to really talk about theme and portrayal, this first ever Tobago Carnival happening in October, right? And this is the birth of what we are now hearing about and seeing, which is Mud is Life. Now, Mud is Life will integrate the plethora of all colors that Modern Mud has to offer, along with live entertainment, percussions, rhythm sections, moko jumbies, and the road experience.
And that road experience, you say that they're doing this on a Tuesday since before you were born, Mr. Roberts.
No.
Or is it colors?
That's not it. The National Carnival happens on a Tuesday, but the Carnival in October, which is fastly approaching, would be happening on a Saturday morning.
Niceness. So in terms of saying, okay, well, what kind of feeling is it to be on the road again? So because we weren't allowed to do this for a while because of the pandemic, you have stalwarts who normally take part in it. You have new people to the fold, people coming in from Trinidad who wouldn't have normally. What is that kind of energy that you're feeling right about now in the camp?
So the Mud is Life energy is amazing. Everybody's anticipating this new product that we're bringing forth, this new experience that we're bringing forth to the people. We have a lot of people coming in from the US, from England, even from Spain, and various Caribbean islands to be a witness to the first Tobago Carnival and Mud is Life.
I really like how you say that bear witness, and it makes me think of looking at the fact that there's so many more opportunities now in terms of stretching it out. I know Ainsley King would have said that Tobago have the last, Trinidad have the first blast, but saying that you're able to have more events along a different timeline that you're able to plan towards. What does that do for Mud is Life? What does that do for just festivals within Trinidad and Tobago from your point of view?
Well, for the entire Tobago Carnival, being at a different time to the National Carnival gives Tobago an opportunity to show its uniqueness for everyone to see without any disturbances or distractions.
Really nice. And we continue the conversation when we return. We're looking at co-founder of Mud is Life, Mr. Christoph Roberts. We continue this conversation when we return. Stay with us.
Mud is Life. Mud is Life is a Juve carnival experience like no other, where mud is used as a colorful, cleansing, life-giving elixir. Mud is Life will be the biggest, dirtiest, most beautiful event for the first official Tobago Carnival ever. This is a mass to enlighten the masses and let the whole world know of the potent power of the neoteric mud formula indigenous to the majestic, magical Isle of Tobago. Mud is Life. Turn the whole world upside down.
Welcome back. We are speaking with Christoph Roberts, a co-founder of Mud is Life. And we heard different descriptions. I heard a colorful, cleansing, life-giving elixir. And from you, Mr. Roberts, if I heard correctly, I think it was a carnival lotion. But describe that feeling of the newbie. So the person who's still on the fence, I want them, boy, normally I play pretty mass or whatever. What's some of those main differences from putting on feathers to putting on that carnival lotion?
Well, firstly, I could say that it's more free. You're not bounded by a costume. You're not bounded by appearing a certain way, right? Your image is not at the forefront while taking part. Enjoyment is at the forefront of Mud Mass. That's the priority. Also, because of this clay-based product, you will get the benefits from applying clay to your skin. Usually, after you rinse off and you wash off, a lot of people always talk about how their skin feels after the exfoliation that occurs and the firmness and glow that is introduced to one's skin.
Make me feel that you also start to get into beauty products too, Mr. Roberts. What is he talking about?
That is the goal, Dike. That is the goal.
And that also makes me want to ask about the difference between, you said, getting virgin soil. So what's the difference between virgin soil and one that is not? How do you say, okay, well, I'm going to use this instead of this?
Right. So there are a couple things that you have to take into consideration when finding the raw material for use. So we use places that is not that are rarely traversed by persons. So we go into the jungle, we go to places that are less inhabited by persons. And we also must look for clay that has a certain consistency that will be suitable for creating the costume lotion, and also different shades of clay.
Okay, so how long does that process take? And when I say, so like somebody from Antigua, somebody from Montserrat, somebody from the UK, so they put in the order. When can they start to see stuff being sent to them?
All right, so you're talking about lag time for order.
Yes, please.
So the modern mud would probably have a lag time of 7 to 10 days of preparation, excavation, preparation, and packaging, because we do our own packaging into these small packets for export.
Okay. But I realize I want us to talk a little bit more about the event itself. It's on the 29th. Where do people get tickets? How do people get into contact with you? What is that process like? I mean, because we're hearing some of the things, we hear about the Moko Jumbies, rhythm section, but you need tickets, you need to be able to pay for by pack basis. What is that process like?
Okay, so what we're offering packages for the Juve part of the experience, which is the first part of the experience that starts at 4 a.m. in the morning. All packages are offered on our website, www.modislifeexperience.com, where you'll get to see the different packages we have to offer. All are all-inclusive drink packages with a complimentary breakfast at the end. And we also have several types of bodywear which you can choose from to be a part of the Mud is Life Mud Mass Parade.
If you have
And
somebody on
then also tickets.
Please.
Tickets are currently sold at all cachet outlets in Trinidad and Tobago, and also they are being sold online through the www.modislifeexperience.com website.
And that is www.modislifeexperience.com. Niceness. Talk to the person who's still on the fence studying Ashford boy. How it is you tipping them over to the side of modern mothers?
Well, I will tell anybody who is still on the fence, there is no reason that you should not want to be a part of history. Being a part of the first ever Tobago Carnival, the first ever Mud is Life. A few years from now, when you look back at these great occurrences, you would want to say that you were part of the first one. put your name down in the history books, DK.
And in terms of this great occurrence, who are some of the people who actually banded together to make sure that everything that is supposed to happen is happening?
Well, at this time, it's a collaboration between the Bagatelle Dirty Camp and Great Fete Weekend.
Definitely something to look forward to.
With some collaboration from the Division of Culture, Transport, Tourism, and Antiquities.
So, is it something that you're looking forward to in terms of having more or a little more consistent engagement from the division? Because I'm sure that anyone who's looking at it and saying, well, wait now, they're exporting to this place, they're exporting to that place, might want to help facilitate a little easier business. So is it something that you're saying, okay, well, we want to work with the division a little more? Is this a one-off, or you're even looking forward at that as yet?
Sure, of course, we're looking forward to collaboration with the division and the island on the whole, because mud mass is a Tobago thing. It's a Tobago type mass, and it's one of the popular mass in Tobago. So when you think about Tobago and carnival type activities, mud mass will always be in the conversation. So this is one of the things that is marketed to the world about Tobago and Tobago's carnival.
And
So
building on that, in terms of, we have
everyone.
about 30 seconds, but when you think that the beauty aspect of it is going to be on the table?
Well, it all comes in God's time, Dike.
In the fullness of time. Thank you so much, Mr. Roberts. Christoph Roberts, co-founder of Mud is Life. Looking forward to it. It's on the 29th of this month, all part of Tobago Carnival. Do not miss being there. According to Mr. Roberts, put your name in the history books. And on behalf of the folks at TTT, I'm Dike Rostant. This has been In Depth with me. Thank you so much for joining us.